upon logging in, so how do you get your players onboarded? It's pretty easy. This have an access code, enter it here. So if you have an access code, your player will select enter here. They'll tap that in and put in, Ball Effects 2023. They'll hit continue, and then your Ball Effects group will show up for them. So upon all of your players logging in, they won't be able to see the Ball Effects group. All they'll see is Ballogy training. Okay. So how you get into groups is putting in that access code. So every group is private unless they have an access code. Underneath that, you have your message center. There's unread notifications. You can see I have a bunch, and then unread messages. So in your message center, from a coach perspective, your notifications will pop up once players have completed their work. And then if you do get a direct message from a parent or a player, you'll see it right there. So I'll give an overview on all the pages, and then we'll jump back into our groups and show you how you can assign different drills. So our second page here is called the BSA, the Ballogy Skills Assessment. Right now, that's a 40-shot test that includes layups, free throws, three-pointers, and off the bounce one-dribble pull-ups. This BSA all-encompassing shooting test is a test that was comprised of different coaches' input from the college level, high school level, and the youth and amateur sport level. And so what it does is it actually measures your shot making ability compared to all other players around the world. Think of it as like a 2K rating for your shooting, but in real life. So as a player, you can watch the video on there and record your BSA. You can actually assign the BSA to your group as well. I think it's mainly an intermediate and up drill. So beginners, it may be hard for them to participate in. So the BSAs are like our main test. We've got our leaderboards on here that you can check out. So the BSA tab there at the top, that's where you watch the instructions and that's where you complete it. Then there's a leaderboard tag where you can see all the Ballogy tests in there, and then all of the leaderboards for the BSA.
I see Desmond Bain. You guys actually have NBA players participating?
Yes, we actually do have Desmond Bain and NBA players participating. If we go and look at his test, you can actually see the breakdown of every shot he made and missed, and you can click on those to see which ones he did. So if I want to look at how did he miss a right corner one dribble pull-up, upon clicking on that, the video will jump right to it, and so you can actually see. So as a player, you can measure your score taking the exact same shots as Desmond Bain would. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
All right. So upon looking at that, we'll go to the profile page. On your profile page, you get to see your follower count, followers, as well as just your Ballogy skills assessment results over time. Then your groups, and then all the other tests that you do complete that are Ballogy-centric tests. Then you have your basic player info, and then all your other info is here listed on your profile. One little cool thing about the Ballogy skills assessment results, that's like our main SAT-like test. Once I hit view all here in orange right by that number, I can actually compare my score with the community totals and the community average. So these two badges here on the left, EYG and then ETG right by your high score, is EYG is elevate your game. So every time you take a BSA and you score higher than your average, you get a badge that you've elevated your game. Every time that you score higher than the average score of the app, you get a badge as well. So you can take the BSA from that score, and then it just gives you breakdowns of what percentages is the average. So on average, our community shoots 39% from three. Those things are pretty cool. And then you can also look at your results over time. So upon taking the BSA multiple times throughout the year, you're able to see your line graph curve as an individual. So
I've heard of the top performers report. Is that where that comes from?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the top performance report does come from that. Each month we take the top 25 scores, no matter what, from this leaderboard that we just looked at. And upon that, all of those, the data that's in here, so the username, what school info that they have, the top 25 scores go to about 1,500 colleges, including the JUCO level, NAIA level, and then a growing number of NCAA schools. So we take those scores and we actually send it directly to college recruiters through an email. And so that's a way, not necessarily to garner a scholarship, but at least to get on notice of those coaches and
Mhm.
to potentially get recruited.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep. So we'll get into the deep dive of the fun part of
Okay.
how you'll be tangibly assigning those drills and tests to your team. So this is just a mock Ballogy demo, as you can see, group. It'll be white labeled differently for you. And so if you want to create a group training task, you're going to hit this orange. This is how quickly you can assign drills. So there's 3 different types of drills, like I mentioned in the beginning. The custom
Mhm.
task is anything you want it to be. It can be a video that inspires the team. It could be do 100 push-ups, or if you have any per program specific license shooting or any type of drills that you have that are just standard for your program or your team, you can customize that training task. Then the Ballogy training task, that's the drills that are basically comprised of from the top coaches from the high school level in the USA. We've put together 150 plus drills for you to choose from. And then Ballogy test is that last one. Those are certified graded tests from our system that you get an official score and breakdown for. So think of it as custom, however you want it. Ballogy training task, that's like a homework, and then Ballogy tests, that's like your tests.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the custom task. How to assign that? You put in a title. The media, you actually can put in a YouTube link or any type of video or photo you have from your phone. You write a description for that. So a goal, what's the goal of this? Hey, watch all 30 minutes of this inspiring video, anything like that. Then you have a time limit. So, obviously if it's some informational video, you put no time limit, things like that. But if it's a certain drill, you can put stop recording after. So when the players do record, their session, we've got a timer all the way up to 10 minutes. Then how you score it is 2 ways. Most of the Ballogy training drills and most of the coaches utilize the completion-based tasks. And so all that is once a player does record that test or record that homework task, they get completion credit. So you'll get alerted that, hey, Johnny just completed their work. You can go and view it and then just say, I approve that. And then the other one, which is more manual, that we've had bigger teams with more robust staff utilize, and that's watch videos and provide scores. So managers or assistant coaches can actually go into to a custom test or to a custom task and provide a score after watching it. Then you have your reps. You complete this task in how many times you want to after the schedule. So say this week, I want them to complete it 3 times. I put 3 times, and then I can schedule it for time and date when I want this to go out and alert my team. And then once this challenge or once this task is over, when is it due? You can put that date in as well. So wanted to give you an idea of just the custom. Now it just gets a lot easier from here. The Ballogy training task, we've broken this down into 3 different levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. If we look at just the different levels of things or different variety of things, it's defense, it's finishing, it's ball handling, it's footwork, it's passing, shooting, obviously, strength and conditioning, plenty of awesome stuff. If we go to a basic elbow to elbow shooting, you can actually review the video. So you can see we've got Joyce here performing the elbow to elbow drill. And then you have a description, shoot 10. That's one of the goals on there. See, hey, make 10. You as a coach can always customize that goal. You could say, please make 20. You can customize any description you want in there. The time limit, you can put a time limit or no time limit. Let's just say I want them to make 20 in, let's just say 2 minutes and 30 seconds. For scoring, I'll just do a completion based. And then this week I want them to do it 2 times. And I see it's from Monday to Monday of next week. I hit save changes just like that. It'll take a second to load, but then all of your players will get alerted, hey, you've just been assigned this elbow to elbow drill. So
That's nice.
once they get that alert, they're actually able to see the instructions, and then they hit that orange button to record themselves doing it. So that's a pretty cool feature that we have. And then just for example, the Ballogy test, it remains the same. So you want to assign that BSA,
Mhm.
you see it come up, you can provide a goal for it, but they'll get an official score from Ballogy. So that's why the scoring, there's no option there. You
Yeah.
assign the reps, all of that, and then you hit save changes like so, and that's assigned to your players as well.
So Jordan, how do the athletes typically record their submission? Is someone holding it? Is there a tripod
Yeah,
situation? What can they do to do that for recording?
yeah, that's a great question. So upon signing up as a coach and for a team, we have 3 different buckets for you to choose from. There's like a smaller 0 to 40 seats to use, a
Mhm.
medium to use that's just 41 to 80, and then 81 to 120. And all that means is how many people do you want within your group to have that access code. So those different buckets, we actually send you tripods. So if you are a school or a team that has a gym, then you can put it on the tripod that we give you just for stabilization, but they can actually do it however they want. A parent can hold it, they can have it, propped up at home, propped up on a water
Mhm.
bottle, however they want it. The video just records themselves doing it, so it has to see some type of lines, some type of, in frame, but you
Sure.
can do it however you want.
Okay. Makes sense. And this works outside and also in a gym.
Yeah, that's actually a great question. So it does work outside. So what happens is when a player does record their video, if it's not connected to a strong enough connection, say you're
Mhm.
outside, it actually will save to a draft on this page right here. So once you get back home, you'll get alerted that, hey, you have a video that you need to upload, essentially, if you have Wi-Fi at your destination, and you can actually upload just like any other social media. To our platform and to the group once you're connected to Wi-Fi. So the
Okay.
same for a gym that's a dungeon, doesn't have great connection, still do your work, but then it'll save the draft. You can actually stack those too. So if you want to do a BSA, you want to do a couple of drills, it could be like 10 videos that you need to upload when you get home. As soon as you get home, you'll get alerted, hey, please upload, and it'll take a few minutes just to send it to your coach. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, that did. Thank you.
Yep. Any more questions for today?
No, that was pretty straightforward. I'm really excited to get my kids started on this. Obviously, just the threshold of being able to see them, complete their task, and I don't necessarily physically have to be in the gym with them. And then, in the off season, a lot of kids are playing different sports, so they may not be a part of our program necessarily, but they're in our group, and so I'm still able to give them some touch points with basketball while they're doing like their spring sport of volleyball or baseball or something like that. So I'm really excited to get to use this.
That's awesome, Coach. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for just sitting through and listening, and can't wait to see you guys get started. So thank you and have a nice day.